Hi, Caspar here on the 23rd of March 2023. I've got an old Rhône wine here. It's been hanging about in the rack. Various reports suggest that it's a bit long in the tooth. So let's find out. What is it? It's 1999 Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Château de Beaucastel. Let's see, as you'd expect, it's really pretty mature in terms of colour. It's still got a bit of red to it, but it's, you know, with the Grenache component, which is about 30% in Beaucastel, quite low for Châteauneuf-du-Pape. In other words, you'd expect browning of the colour, but let's see what it smells like. Yeah, it's got a fascinating old Southern Rhône nose that has almost a slight sort of gumminess to the aromas, and the aromas are fully tertiary. Obviously, I mean it's a fully mature wine, and what can we find in there? I mean, it's from when I opened it, which was about an hour ago. I opened it and decanted it straight off. It's exhibited these aromas dominated by fresh mushroom skin, which is pretty typical. I can't find any Brett on here, I have to say. But okay, so fresh mushroom skin, a distinct smokiness, and separate from that smokiness, a sort of a scent of really nice embers in a fire. There's a bit of sort of game as well, sort of game meat, a slight gaminess to it, and a feral, wild dried herb thing as well. There's spice too. I mean, there's a bit of that sort of brick dust kind of turmeric sort of aroma. There's also a scent I think is like orange pastels, really, orange fruit pastels. A sort of mineral, almost saline note, a coniferous, resinous thing. It's a lot going on, clearly. So let's taste it. Well, it's clearly resolved, and perhaps more than that actually. I think it's probably turned the corner. It's drifting down slope gently. The tannins are totally resolved. I mean, they're ashy, got an ashy sort of quality to them. Bind with a really fresh acidity to sort of overpower the fruit in the second half of the palate. But it's you know, it's lost the gumminess I found on the nose doesn't translate to gumminess on the palate. That Grenache sort of slight sort of cough mixture quality, that's dried, and it's none the worse for that. I mean, it's as I say, it's a wine that I think is probably on the downslope. It's fading gently. But it's an absolute fascination. What's left is these dry tertiary characteristics, which are extremely fascinating, perhaps particularly to smell. Yeah, palate a bit dried out. I mean, it's got length. It's lost a bit of fruit, acidity to the fore. And it has got really fresh, juicy acidity, and you know, reasonable length. But it's just one of those fascinating old wines that belong in the Natural History Museum, where you go and be slightly awestruck by their character, their interest. You know, it's a lot going on in there. There we are, 1999 Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Château de Beaucastel. A fascination. If you got some, I would drink it soon. I think I've got couple more bottles of this, and I will drink them soon. Not tonight because it's probably at least 14.5% alcohol. But there we are. A fascination. Perhaps should have drunk it a few years ago, but good stuff.